I like to do what ifs a lot of times. I spend a good deal of time sometimes doing what if scenarios. What if scenarios are very important. They're valuable. It's a great learning tool, and it's something you can do all the time when you go out camping. And I like to do it. It's fun. The scenario is I've come out, I've pitched up my poncho as a hammock. I'm laying in the hammock, and then in the middle of the night it starts to rain. A number of people have asked questions in the past on videos. So in this scenario, what do? I've pitched my poncho up as a hammock, which is very comfortable to sleep. 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I've been there before, in the middle of the night, and I've got to change from a hammock now over into a tarp so that I can go back to sleep. Okay, so here I would be laying in the hammock in the night, the blanket over me, and it starts to rain, and I wait a little bit to see if it's really going to rain or just a little sprinkle. Yeah, I think it's really going to rain. I've got to make a change. Up out of my bed, got my blanket. All of our blankets are very good at handling moisture. Not a big issue if I get a little dampness on my blanket. Now I got to convert this into a tarp. Undo my cordage here, and if I pull back on the loop side that goes through my cord sleeve on my poncho here, come undone very easily. So there we go. Okay, and now I've got the slippery half hitch. Pulled it out, saved me a second or so. Now I undo this. The easiest way to undo it, there's the loop. I just grab that with my finger. You pull it back, it comes back very easily. Pull it a little bit to loosen it up. Now I just pull all my cordage out of it. Pull that undone. I want to be about waist high. So right there, about where I want to be. I want to take my cordage over here. I want to be about waist high. About waist high, a little bit lower. And I'm going to do a taut line. There's a number of things I can do. However, and I could have made that slippery as well, but the shortness of my cord makes it a little tough to do that. And now I just tighten that up good. Alright, so now I got my cord up. And I've got the beginnings of my A-frame. Now, because in my scenario I had intended to use this as a poncho, a hammock, or a tarp, I elected to do the basic hammock setup with the parachute cord, but since I thought I might have to use it as a tarp, I brought along a tarp kit for ponchos. So I do have 4 tent stakes inside of here. Right here. I've done this many times before without any tent stakes, without any kit to speak of or anything like that, and it works fine. You just grab whatever you can, shove in the ground as a tent stake, and you just do the best you can. Since I do have the kit, I'm going to utilize it. So to maximize my what I can do here, I'm going to use the shock cord. Now in this case we're trying to keep some tension on the line, so I'm not worried about getting all fancy with it. I just want to do a quick shelter, and I'm taking longer to do this than I actually would because I'm explaining a little bit along the way here. It still doesn't take very long to set it up. I've only got one more stake to go, and my shelter is ready to get inside of. So Here we go. One thing nice about these Easton aluminum tent stakes is because they're cylindrical and all and slick, they do slide into the ground easily. Drive them in. Now I'm going to have a little problem here. I've got the root of a tree right here I got to get around. So hopefully I can get just past it a little bit. Oh yeah. And get down in there. Let the root kind of help lock me in. Okay, so my shelter is done really. All I got to do now is just easiest thing would be just fold my blanket in half, toss it up inside of there. I just reach in and pull it all the way in. There I am. I'm really ready to get in my shelter and go back to sleep. In actual time, a few minutes. My hood's already snug down and flipped over here, so it's out of the way. I should not have any leakage or anything from that. Into here backwards, however I want to do it. Now I've crawled back into my little shelter here. Quick little deal, easy to do. It can be done in just a few minutes, and you're in it. And you know, it's a way to make a quick change when you need to, going from a hammock to being a tarp. There's my basic shelter. That would do me pretty well in a rain situation. This kind of deal right here, just to give you just a flavor of what you can do very quickly, very easily. And if you were to take your poncho and set it up as a hammock and just try doing this little what if several times, you'll find by the time you've done it 2 or 3 times, you've learned some little things, and you can do this very quickly. If you spend much time in the woods like I do, you know that a storm can happen anytime. One thing nice about our ponchos are they're multi-purpose. So you carry a poncho, you can use it as a chair, you can use it as a poncho, you can use it as a hammock, or you can use it as a tarp. So when you carry one of our ponchos, our PSS series, you have something to use it for regardless of what the weather is or whatever happens. You've got a use for it.